oftentimes, the question is, what are reports? What are the reporting tools? Oftentimes, Siebel is used by sales reps and everybody, but VPs or directors would like to know their productivity, how well they are doing, and how many calls were made, and so on and so forth. They would also like to know how many opportunities are there in the pipeline, how many opportunities are gonna be closed next month, and so on and so forth. So they would need to have a report. In Siebel, these reports are accessible here in this menu option. For every view, the reports could be different for every view. For example, here you have different reports available in this. Oh, you don't have no report available. Oh. So yeah. So what happens is these reports, for every view, there are reports. For example, in this view, there are 2 reports. So if you go to let's say this view, you'll see there are different number of reports. If you come here, you'll see different reports here. So every view has certain reports in it, and that's what the VPs and directors will access. They'll navigate to a particular view, and then they can look at a report which is associated with that view. Now, how do these view reports come into this picture? How do they come here? Well, as far as Siebel is concerned, Siebel is basically not a reporting tool. Reporting tool means like a lot of work. Actually, they have to fetch the data from different sources, and they have to then compose. They have to munch the data, find aggregates. It's a lot of data manipulation work, data calculation work. So reporting tools are usually separate from these kind of applications, like Siebel kind of applications. They usually also, and in Siebel world, they're definitely different. Okay, so some of the reporting tools are actuate reports. Okay. Okay. Crystal reports. You'll see many people who say they have worked in these reporting tools. So what these reporting tools do is they have the ability to connect to various databases. Okay, first of all, developer can develop reports, like a template, and then they have that ability to connect to different databases, pull the data, and then manipulate it. And developer can write the code for pulling the data, manipulating the code, and then putting it in the GUI. Okay, so these are how these reports work. Now these reports are also very flexible in the sense that you can publish this report on the web. So they can talk to your web infrastructure. So these reporting tools can talk to your web infrastructure. So developer will write the code to do that, but he can. And there's a possibility. Similarly, these reporting tools have the ability to talk to tools like Siebel. Okay, so developers of Siebel and Actuate have to work together to make sure that the reports produced in Actuate can be published in Siebel. So the way it works is Siebel data goes to Actuate reporting engine. It gets manipulated, report gets created, it goes back into Siebel and shows in here. Okay, so there is nothing more than this that you will be able to get. Report is simply an aggregation of data. For example, like AC research has this many these things. So AC research has, let's say, 4 opportunities. Okay, they can see it here. But if they want to quickly browse, by account, I want to know how many opportunities are there. How many? You cannot go one by one. Or give me the accounts, whose number of opportunities is more than 10. And I would like to know the number for each of those, and then the total revenue for all those opportunities for that. You need a report. You cannot see it here.
Yeah.
So this data needs to be aggregated basically in that case. So Actuate report will talk to the database of Siebel, get the data, make a report, push it back to Siebel GUI. It will be shown in Siebel GUI. It is a software. It's a different system. Software is a platform. That's how you say it, but it's a separate system basically. Same. Software system application can be sometimes changed interchangeably, right? In this case, it's a separate application or a system or a software. It's basically a report generation system. In this case, I don't see any reason why we can't use it, all these words for the same thing.
System?
That's very good.
And it needs to be a real time.
Yes. Data has to go to Crystal reports, and somebody says, I want this report. He clicks here, for example, here. He clicks here, he clicks here, then he sees a report like this, So for this report, people should go send the data to Actual report. The Actual report should send the report back. So yes, it has to be real time. And Siebel, like applications, out of the box, they provide a way to connect to different reporting tools. Actual and Crystal being one of the most important tools. Siebel definitely supplies connectors to connect to those. Business objects is another reporting tool which is used very commonly.